Everybody, Glenn Hausman here with the one, the only Jeff Bzdawka, CEO of Knowland, and we're talking data. But before that, I'd like to thank my good friends over at Unifocus, unifocus.com, technology that delivers, unifocus.com. So,
right.
I mean, look, it may be Year of the Rabbit there, Jeff, but I think it really is Year of Group Business.
You're spot on, Glenn.
Yeah.
It is really exciting. And looking into 24 as well, we think 23 and 24 are the year of group.
It's like everything came back like on a rocket ship, right? But the rocket ship is a different design than it was, I think, before the pandemic. Those smaller groups really seem to be excelling, right?
They very much are. The smaller groups are excelling. As the pandemic changed the way we work,
right,
there's still that need to bring people together to meet. So there's more smaller meetings, but those smaller meetings are lasting instead of 1 to 2 days, 2 to 3, and even 4 days.
Interesting.
It's exciting.
Why are the smaller meetings getting longer? I'll guess, all right? And you tell me if I'm right or wrong. With people working remotely more often, there's probably more of a need to get teams together, plus they're probably behind and haven't met in a long time. Am I sort of right?
You're very much right. It's all about how do you build culture?
Right.
How do you collaborate? There's this concept of no work meetings, and you're spot on.
I like no work meetings.
Yeah, I would like those
Unfortunately, we're working right now, and you're watching it. But, Jeff, we're at a big, giant event. We're at the hospitality show as we're recording this, right? But these massive, big events outside this one, which is extremely successful in its first year, those big events are getting smaller. Why is that? And how is that kind of changing the way hotels need to think about the meetings business in general?
Yeah, I think in number, the numbers are good as far as the number of events. But what we're seeing are companies with this uncertainty as it relates to the economic condition right now.
Right.
Instead of sending 20 people, they may send 10 or 15. So it's largely that. We're also seeing some of the bigger meetings getting distributed. So instead of having one meeting in a centralized location, they're getting split up as well. So 2 instead of 1, you add the 2 together. As far as attendees, it actually is a bit higher.
Right.
So a little bit of trade-off.
So that's what I find is interesting. That's why you can't just look at numbers and take them as sacrosanct, right? You need to dig a little bit deeper because the headline is group meetings are getting smaller. But in aggregate, there might be more meetings and even more people attending those meetings in general.
Exactly. If we're looking at just pure group count, the number of events, we're done talking about comparing back to 19, and we're really excited what we're seeing in number of events. Still seeing, 70% of the meetings that are taking place today are under 200 attendees, so that core bread and butter is still there.
All right, so before we wrap up, you guys are, making a lot of strides. You got some new partnerships in the works. You're expanding some. Give me a good headline on that.
Right, it's I firmly believe in partnerships, bringing people together, and we just announced an extension of our partnership with Amadeus, where for the first time, the industry has a health index where we bring together Amadeus's data as it relates to guest rooms, and we bring our meeting and event space. So it's really a holistic health index on how the industry is evolving, growing, getting to profitability or improving.
So how, as a owner or general manager, how can I utilize that to make better decisions?
Yeah, it's all about, and that's a nice lead into our panel later today.
We're doing a data panel today, which is in the past for you guys.
Yeah, I forgot. It's all about, data right now, making informed decisions, understanding that the teams are getting smaller, those teams are getting more distributed. And in order to make those decisions, you need to tap into that data to be able to make decisions. And speaking of data, there was one other partnership that we just announced. Thrilled to be part of now the Oracle Partner Network.
Awesome.
And we have a direct integration into Opera Sales and Event Management solution as part of Opera Cloud.
Excellent. Well, you guys have got the information on what's going on in the meetings business. Yep. What great stuff out there. So the message I take away from this is the numbers don't necessarily tell you all the news. Drill down, figure out what that is. And if you're focusing on groups, you might get more meetings with more people, even though the overall size of those meetings might be a little bit smaller. Jeff, thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks for you for watching. Check out unifocus.com. I'm Glenn Hausman. That's Jeff Bzdawka. See you later.